Woodland Park has been in serious need of a facelift, and as you can see behind me, everything is starting out. Matter of fact, today is our first day of construction.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Homepage Network. I'm Rhonda Pearson. I'm here with Pete Harris, Director of Parks and Recreation. Pete, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Rhonda. It's a pleasure.
We're here at Woodland Park, which doesn't really look like Woodland Park.
Woodland Park is changing, Rhonda. Woodland Park is a very well-known park. It's one of our oldest parks in Wellsboro. We have 7 parks, but Woodland Park has been in serious need of a facelift. And as you can see behind me, everything is starting out. Matter of fact, today is our first day of construction.
So how did this plan come about?
Well, the plan took about 5 years to put together. We actually started with an actual state grant for a master plan for Woodland Park. To make sure that we're going to meet all the accessible codes, and also to come up with the actual facilities that people in Wellsboro really want to see here in Woodland Park. So we started out with hiring an architect, which is YSM Architects out of York, Pennsylvania, and they came up, held several community forums that people could come and listen and actually put their thoughts into it. So every time that somebody mentioned something that was desirable for Woodland Park, that was noted, and out of all of those ideas and stuff came the actual final plan for Woodland Park.
Thank you, Pete. And when we come back, we're going to talk about phase 1 of their master plan. Stay with us.
We're opening up again, so you don't need to put your healthcare on hold. We're open to see you for in-person appointments. Open with extensive precautions for patient and staff safety. And open with rigorous cleaning and disinfecting at all locations, from emergency departments to primary care offices. We're open and can see you now. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Welcome back, and thank you for supporting our Homepage family of advertisers. Now, Pete, this is phase 1. And there's 4 phases, but right now we're going to talk about the details of phase 1. What's going on?
Okay, thanks, Rhonda. Phase 1, actually, up here in Woodland Park, involves our picnic area, which is the area that we're currently standing. Woodland Park is 28 acres, and we have a sizable expansion going on over into this area. But for this project, we'll all be here on phase 1, and what you're going to basically see are accessible walking paths from the upper pavilion down into the middle area of the park. And the middle area of the park will be our real showpiece, which will be a brand new $250,000 playground in the very, very center of the park. It'll be accessible to both pavilions, so when you're having a family reunion at the lower pavilion or the upper pavilion, you'll be able to easily take care and monitor your children very easily, and also without any traffic moving through the center of the park. The park will no longer have roadways that you can drive on through the center. You'll be in actual parking areas in the front by each of the actual pavilions and stuff, and it'll be walkable trails that'll be accessible on the interior of the park. Along those pathways will be our gas lights that'll be looking from the entire area to the bottom, and also accessible benches that we'll have throughout the area. So it's going to be a very, very nice attraction, and at the very lower end of phase 1 will be a brand new Wellsboro Lions Club Chicken Barbecue Pavilion.
That's wonderful. So now that's very descriptive for phase 1. Let's just touch real quickly on the next 3 phases.
Well, phase 2 takes us across the roadway and actually reinstitutes an octagon pavilion, which was there years and years and years ago. And one of the things that came out in our master plan process was they really like to see that octagon pavilion returned. So phase 2 goes across the roadway. It actually has 2 reflecting pools that'll be developed over there, an octagon pavilion, an accessible restroom with an accessible parking area, and it also serves as an actual trailhead to the pathways that'll be established into the rest of the park that will move into phase 3.
And then what finishes up with phase 4?
Well, phase 3 continues on with the development of all the interiors, and also phase 4 then comes all the way to the upper end of the park across from our water plant and establishes a basketball court, parking area, trailhead, and another pavilion up on the very top. And it finishes off coming down and around Bryden Street with traffic calming islands down the very, very center of the roadway. There's not a boulevard, it's traffic calming islands, and that connects this side of the park to that side of the park, so people can move from this side of the park safely to the opposite side.
Well, it's absolutely stunning from everything that I've seen so far. How long will the construction be going on for?
We just started the construction now. COVID-19 backed us up about 2 months. We had hoped that we would be into the construction phase in June. So we'll be starting off now, and we'll proceed all the way until weather no longer permits. So we anticipate at least through the mid-November to the end of November. We will then take a break, and we'll come back in the springtime and finish it. The playground and safety surfacing will be installed in the spring of the year, as well as most likely our top surfaces of asphalt into our parking areas.
And we wanted to mention about the road closure.
Just to let residents know that Bryden Street through Woodland Park is now closed and will remain closed during the entire construction phase. The park itself is no longer open and accessible. We want to keep it safe for everybody in the area. So Borough Council actually has closed the roadway down, and you'll see the appropriate barricades. So anyway, motorists and residents should certainly try to avoid coming up into this area as much as possible.
Well, Pete, thank you so much for being here today and sharing all this with us.
Thanks, Rhonda. Always appreciate it.
And thank you for watching the Homepage Network.
We're opening up again, so you don't need to put your healthcare on hold. We're open to see you for in-person appointments. Open with extensive precautions for patient and staff safety. And open with rigorous cleaning and disinfecting at all locations, from emergency departments to primary care offices. We're open and can see you now. UPMC, life-changing medicine.